We are. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We are live. We are live. Uh, so today we're going to break down the design control of concrete mixtures. This is a book that you will need to take the test and pass your electrical contractor license. Okay. This is just a live to work on exam prep for Floridians because we need this book. And in this section, I'm gonna break it down as much as I need. Um, Trying to help people that are in the same spot as me to go ahead and take a look at this. Really simple. Excuse me if you see me, but I'm a little bit of congested now. But it's just a little bit of congestion. But I'm here. Let's rock and roll. Today is a Monday. Good Monday, and let's break this down. So, it's a lot to go in this book. Even though there's only 2 questions or 3 questions they're going to ask you about concrete, there's a lot that it's going on. As you see, table of contents all the time is very important to tab. That can help you with the subject of the question, find out and get you on the right path to find your answer in the test. Another thing is your index. Let me go back to the index. Table of content and indexes. Very important. Those things are also gonna help you because if you don't know where to look, you gotta go to the index or you gotta go to the table of contents. Really simple. Also tap those 2. Table of contents and indexes. Index are always in the back. This is the index. Let me see. Okay. And let me see, because I don't have much space. But this is the index you can see here. And then you go here to this. So if you want, in B, I highlighted bleeding, which is page 67. Portable limestone cement, porcelain modify, and then Portland limestone, and the one below. In this page, I highlight, which is 575. I did highlight bull floating and calcium hydrox, Portland donite, and the C, which is calcium, which is page 41, 42, 57, 65, and 66. I also highlight Chutz. Let me see. Chutz. I don't know how to pronounce that one, but let me see if I can get the book. Chutz or Chotes. Chotis. I don't know, but that one, which is page 304, 306, 308, and 319. And then in page 376, 576, I highlight consolidation of concrete, external vibration, consolidation of concrete, all of that stuff in here. Also highlighted in this book, I highlight this index is page 577, which is freezing and thawing. I don't know how to pronounce that either, so get the flow. And then those are in page 215, 216, 217. What else in the index I have highlighted? Page 580. I highlight mixed water, which is 83, and page 90. We are on page 580. I highlight mixing concrete, which are page 298, 302. Stationary mixes, I had highlighted stationary mixers, which is page 299 and 300. Mobile batching, see volumetrics. So you gotta go to the V and locate volumetrics. It's page 580 and 581. Moving to the next page. We're gonna 581. We're gonna go here to plastic stringage cracking, which is all of those pages right here. Looks like it's very important. Plastic string cage cracking. 60 page 68, 69, 166, 191, 348, 34. It's 348, 384, and 385. And in page 382, we're gonna go and look for the S letter. I'm gonna see seawater, which is page 87 and 391. And going to still in an S, we're gonna go to page 380, 383. Yeah, like I said, I'm a little congested, but let's rock it. Supplementary cement use, cementing material SCM, alternative material 65, just page 65. You're on the same edge, in the same letter S. And moving along in this, we got page 384 of the indexes, and we got trimming. See also underwater concrete, and those pages are 103, 124, 131, 305, and 323. And then and page, this page, which is W, the letter W, you're gonna go and go water cementous material ratio. Very important. This is a test question that might come. And water cementous ratios, they are in page 3, 123, 179, 182, 209, 266, and 267. This is a huge book, but it's also good to know where to locate things. So the index and the table of context, table context is always at the beginning, index is on the back. But I give you what I had highlighted, because from there might come this water cementous ratio, the water cementous ratio, material ratio. That's a good question. It might come in a test. Also, there is maybe 1 or 2 questions from the tables, the aggregates, the mixers, aggregates, and all that stuff that comes also in the text. But we might have to break it down in 2 parts this live, maybe tomorrow or Wednesday. You gotta be invested in if you want to keep with this. It's only for certain people. This is not for everybody. But if you want to take the test to get your cementous license, or I don't know, this might work for you as well. I don't know who else, because I only know the electrical. But they also ask about this, which still don't understand why they ask us to know about all of this concrete shit. But it is what it is. So as you see, chapter 1. This is chapter 1, page 1, which is here. And I highlight this first two lines, or the second paragraph. This is page 1, chapter 1, introduction to concrete. Very, very important thing in here is the let me see what I can do. Oh, hopefully it doesn't fall my laptop. Suitable materials right here on page number 2. Here in the third paragraph right here, aggregates are divided into groups, fine and coarse. In the same paragraph, you're gonna highlight the maximum size of coarse aggregates is typically 9 millimeters or 25 millimeters or 3/4 inch or 1 inch. And then the following paragraph, you're gonna highlight what is science aggregates make up about 60 to 75 of the volume of the total volume of the concrete. Yeah, this is very important because this is about water to cement ratio, which is one of the questions that comes in the tests, most likely about the 2 or the 3 that comes from this book. You see how it breaks down in here in this image, up to 8% on air, 14 to 25 water, 7 to 15 cement, 25 to 35 fine aggregates, and 34 to 45 aggregates, coarse aggregates. Very important. So we're going to page number 3, and we're going to go water cement to material ratio. And then you're going to highlight the strength of the concrete. It depends on the water. It's going to depend on the water cement ratio, which is known as Abraham's law. Right next to it, on the same page, you're going to go some advantage of reducing water content includes all of this advantage right here. So I put as a tab, I put water to cement ratio and suitable materials as a tab for this. And so let me go to the next one. So this is a very important page, which is page 25, which is type of Portland cements. They can ask you, and this might come in the test as well, about which type of cement is the one which is high in earthly strength. So there's 5 types of cement right here. 5 or 6, you can say, but it's, and then they're gonna ask you which is type number 1. Type number which is what is the type of cement that has this or that. So it's page 21, type of cements. Tap this page, type of cements, go through it, highlight all of them. Type number 1, you see how I highlight all that stuff, and it says here the material that has the most here. There's 650 types, and then when in the 650 types that it tells you what it has the most, like what material, stuff like that, characteristics. Like I said, it's all about typing type number 2, type number 2, type number 2 MH, type number 3, type number 4, type number 5. Okay, you got to highlight the most important things about those type of cements. Now moving along, page 27, you got air train Portland cements right here, the bottom of it, air train Portland cements. There's one types 1A, and then right here on page 28, you're gonna highlight the cements can produce concrete with improved resistance to freezing and thawing. Here we go. And the index, I think I highlight something about freezing and thawing. So you see how it correlates the index with the answers that you're looking for. So also we're gonna go white Portland cement. Second paragraph is starting on the third line. The white Portland cement is used primarily to architecture purposes, walls, precast, blah 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 blah. You read it. Usually it ends up in figure number 221. My highlight. So this is one thing. And page 30, type of performance based on hydraulic cements. As you see here, you're going to highlight this first two lanes, and then you're going to go type GU, which is general use. That's page 30. And we're going to move. Remember to tap this page and put hydraulic cements. It's something about hydraulic cements. You already have the tab. Hydraulic cements as a tab. And let me move it a little bit because I'm way too much to the edge. And we keep going. Next tab is, let me see. Here we go. Handling and packing. This is handling and packing, page 52. And I want you to highlight this very important thing about this paragraph. Handling and cement is US bag contain 94 pounds. Very important. This is one of the most important things. Handling and then this is what you got. This is the more important thing, the weight of the handling and packing. How much is a bag of cement weight? It's gonna give you what? 94 pounds, 94 lb, whatever. But it's very important to highlight that completely, so you can check. And there can be anything in that question. What's the equivalent to kilograms? I don't know. It's just very simple. But this paragraph is powerful. Material package, very powerful. On that can help you take the test and pass as well. So, all right, moving along. This is what's page 52. We're gonna go to fly ash, which is in page 59. This is page 59, which fly ash. Right here, the first three lanes, fly ash, very important as well. To say, what is a fly ash? What contains a fly ash? What is made for? Coal, pulverization, electrical power generating plants. So very, very straightforward, very simple. So fly ash is page 59. Tap your page, fly ash. So in page 60, I want you to highlight fly ash is used to more than 50% of the ready mix concrete and others. Okay, right here. Fly is used in the more than 50% already mixed concrete. Very important also. Gem. It's a little gem right here for you guys. Moving to the next thing. We're gonna go. Oh, so we have found page. Let me see. Wait, don't go anywhere yet. So remember, tab. If you follow along, I always tab tables at the top of the book. This is city water, seawater. This is a table, which is table 4-3. Typical analysis of city water supplies and seawaters. Here we go. So for some reason, I highlight the bottom of it, the total dissolved solids. So if you want to go ahead and highlight that, but that's the first table that you're gonna have in this book breakdown. So on page 87, you're gonna highlight seawater as well. First two lanes of seawater containing up to 3,000 ppm of dissolved salts, generally suitable as mixing water or plain concrete. Okay, very important as well if you want to go ahead and get all those percentage highlights after 28 days, 27 days is very important. So strength of at later ages after 28 days, And then see how the percentage is in here. If you read it, it says 78%, 15%. Okay. Um, man, remember, it's about to help you out what I have, and then if you want to go ahead and highlight more, will be better. So make sure sometimes you read it a little bit so it can stay on your brain, on your subconscious for a little bit. Because this is all about memory muscle. Passing the test is about memory, muscle memory. That's all it is. It's nothing crazier than just muscle memory. So, okay, here, second paragraph, seawater. I want you to highlight the 5 lanes. I'm going to the next. The same here, other sources of mixed waters. You're gonna highlight ice completely at mixtures, the first 4 lanes. As I say, seawater mixing as a tab on the side, and then we move to the next one, which is also oils. Oils, which is in page 90, oils and algae. These 2 paragraphs are very important. Please highlight both of them. Highlight the most important things about these 2 paragraphs right here, oils and algae. They very important. This is page 90. Also tab it, put oils and algae in here. And we are on chapter 5, aggregates for concrete. I want you to read this first paragraph. Aggregates generally occupy 60-75% of the concrete volume, 70% to the 80% of the mass. So remember, this is all about muscle memory, and also, being smart and highlight things that are really important when you hit a paragraph. Yeah, it's one of the most important things. Aggregates for concrete, as you see, I tab it. And I want you to dissect this paragraph and highlight the most that you can out of it. But as you see, the numbers seems to be the most important things in this books. The percentages, the occupation, the volume, the ratios, the tables. Okay, so moving along, we're gonna go to the next one, which is what's this? Yeah, potential harmful materials, right here. All right, as you see, I tab potential harmful materials. That's a tab, and then I go all the way to the bottom page, and I highlight the first 5 lines out of this page, which is 111. Okay, harmful materials, last paragraph, first 5 lanes. Always read it a little bit, dissect it, not just highlighting. That's it, and give it. Okay. As you see, things are in this table. It repeats itself about materials finer than 75 UM. Number 200 sieves. So just highlight this. I don't know what they mean. I'm not a concrete guy. I just have this book really good. I have a really good breakdown of this book for the electrical side. Maybe also as well for the guys that are willing to get their mixer license or general contractor license. Also, it might work for them. Guys that want to do just pour concrete, they need a certain license. They need to pass certain tests. So this might be a good breakdown for them as well. Who knows? But it's okay. So that was page 112. The table was 5.9. Harmful materials and aggregates. And then we move along to the next one, which is page 118. This is a huge table. It has a couple of pages, but as you see here, I add this to admixtures for concrete. And trust me, I hate this because I don't know why in electricity we're gonna use concrete for. But hey, this is what we gotta do to pass it. So it's all about obtaining that license. After that, another challenges will come: paperwork, permits, workers' compensation, insurance, uh, bonds, you name it. So in this page, I want you to highlight the fourth over here, which is air and training admixtures, improve durability, increase thawing or whatever. Then go to the bottom of it, permeability reducing, highlight that. Continuation of the table. Also, permeability reducing admixtures, hydrostatic conditions, active ingredients. You're gonna highlight in active ingredients in the same one: crystalline hydraulic polymers, latex, water soluble, or liquid polymers. Here the second one is pumping aids. And then you're gonna highlight improved pumpability, and active ingredients, hydrated lines. Then right here, third mixture type of mixture, third retarding mixtures, desired effect, retarding setting time, active ingredients, lignin, borax, and sugars, which is page 119. And air training mixtures. So please highlight this paragraph complete. Air training provides purposeful size and spaces, microscopic air bubbles and create dramatic improved durability. Air training admixtures, first paragraph and page 120. And then we're gonna go to page 134. Coloring admixtures pigmentics. Right here, right up down this picture, it says generally, let me see. Okay, generally, the amount of pigment used in concrete should not exceed 10% of the weight of the cement. Very important. Very important, guys. Highlight that. Pumping aids. Pumping aids are added to the concrete mixture to improve pumpability. It's common sense. It's a common sense question. If that comes in the test, what the pumping aids are for? To pumpability, to help the concrete go up to the pressure hose or whatever. All right, so that's what's page 134. I tab it as a admixtures and coloring. So we're gonna go page 151, and it's about reinforcement. Then you're gonna go, why use reinforcement in concrete? Page 151. Why use it? Because concrete is very strong in compression, but relatively weak in tension. So tap this page, which is 151, reinforcement concrete. And in page 152, we're talking about grades. And then for grades, we go right here. The most common grade of reinforcement in concrete is grade 60. So you're going to highlight these 3 lanes plus that 80,000 PSI right here on page 153. Right here at the bottom of this. Okay. And we move along. Sometimes some things I don't have it tapped because going through the books, trying to find the questions, trying to practice the quizzes. I find that important and I highlight it and I tab it sometimes. So this is a tough book to digest. Um, especially for electrical contractors, because we don't, in our brain doesn't make sense. We need to learn anything about concrete to run electrical. But that's why it's required in Florida. 2 or 3 questions comes out of this book, so you got to be ready. And trust me, I wish they could be the same questions over and over. They're not, so they come different. Remember that the tool that I used to pass this test was Rocket Center. Rocket Center is on my. There's one of the links in my bio here, and you can look it up. There's certain links, and Rocket Center is the course that I take to pass my EC license or limited electrical license in the state of Florida. And that course online what was the one who helped me break down this book and be able to pass it. Rocket Center, and it is on my one of the links that I have on my profile. It's linked already. So if you want to go ahead and you're struggling and you have paid schools and stuff like that and you don't know what to do, I recommend that you sign up and get it together and go ahead and practice it, because it's a good way to study. It has a simulation test where it's gonna make you look for questions in the book, really tough questions about this concrete thing, because not even the language, the lingo, we don't understand it. So very important. I already told you this in my link. If you want to go ahead, sign up, pay the price, and get it together. That's how I pass it. I did not went to any type of school in Florida. I went everything online. I went to the NEC, Paul Arenati, and that's another link in there, paularenati.com, fast track system program, fasttracksystemprogram.com. That's what I studied for my NEC. That's why I learned everything on the NEC, or the things that helped me pass. And then Rocket Center helped me get to the Florida style of test. Okay. And yeah, without further ado, let's keep on going with this breakdown. And I think I'm gonna break it down in 3 sections so we don't make it so long. As we see, we're on page 155. Let's go a couple of minutes more, and then let's stop, and then I will come again on another live, and you can see it. If you ever see this video, you're gonna see it on. I'm drinking a little bit of tea right here, so I can just get this little bit of congestion out of my system. With honey. Cheers to you if you're watching one day. And then, really simple. Okay, 155, page 155, coated reinforcement bars and corrosion protection. Second paragraph right here. The exemption generates larder internal. So those 3 lanes highlighted, please. Reinforcement, steel corrosion, and concrete spalling due to the reduced cover. And I'm gonna tell you my experience. This is one of the most frustrated books that I break down, because I don't understand shit on what they say. Shit. I don't understand nothing at all. What they say. So you gotta get used to the lingo. There's 3, 2, 1 question in the test. And even though for that, you gotta break this book deeply down, because it's not an easy test. I believe, being realistic, that is one of the toughest tests in the country of the United States of America, because there's nothing to have to do concrete with electricity. Of course, it has to be, but then everything is breakdown to with the engineers, or what type of concrete, what's the material, if it's EMT, aluminum, PVC, whatever it is that we're gonna use to protect our wires, our raceways under concrete. So that's already determined. They have this old style because it's a system, so they're used to the system, and that's rock and roll. Really simple. So you got that 155, and then I'm gonna go Sorry, guys. 164, which is workability. Workability. Workability here. Okay. Workability, please highlight these three first lanes in page 164. Right next to it is going to be consistent. Right next to it, below to your right, consistency. You're going to highlight the first 5 lanes of consistency. Read it a little bit. Just don't highlight and just pass the page, because you got to get used to the lingo that they use in this book. The language of the concrete guys. Ironically, yes. We don't have much to do with it, but we got to learn a little bit of concrete to get our own limited electrical license in the state of Florida. So love it or hate it, you have to do it. And then on page 165, bleeding and settlement. Bleeding and settlement, right here where this page is, bleeding and settlement, right down this image. The first 4 lanes, you're going to highlight it. So tabs, I put workability, consistency. Okay. And if you want to put a third or a second tab, you can put bleeding and settlement. But that's page 165. Then page 167, error content, the first 3 lanes. Also, always read a little bit if you are a good reader. I am not. I am not a good reader, so if you like to read a little bit, go forward. If you find something more important, you can highlight it as well. So this is page 167. Error content is done. Okay, we are on page 172. Page 172. We are here at. I still have garbage from the tabs. Like you can see this. That's all the tabs that I put in this book to help me break it down and trying to get the answers for the questions. So here, page 172, write down this table right here. The effects. First 4 lanes, second paragraph, first 5 lanes. To the side, first 2 lanes, internal, vibrations, blah, blah, blah. Down here, finishing and environment, first 2 lanes. You're gonna highlight from over finishing onto scaling. Very important, this one. When you see some type of pink or some type of other color, and the top of what I highlight is something that it might come in your test. That's page 172. And so on scaling, tabs, over finishing, scaling. Tabs for the book, over finishing, scaling. And then 177, curing, hardening. Very simple. Page 176, which is right here, hardening concrete, curing. Right here, second paragraph, first 3 lanes. Okay, it's about something type of degrees, about a percentage. If you can see temperatures, every time you see numbers, you need to stop and highlight those things. You never know. So curing down here, second paragraph, when curing, after those bullet points, that right here, when the relative humidity within the concrete drops about 80%, you got this. Then as a tab, I put curing and hardening or hardening it. I don't know. You got that, which is hardening concrete. And strength, page 178. Strength right here. Strength is the letter, the thicker black letter right here. And then you're gonna highlight here is generally expressed in megapascals, okay, or pounds per square inch psi. At an age of 28 days. This, you see how the 28 days keep repeating itself. So there's patterns in here. There's things that repeat itself. So it's a good thing that you get your brain used to these things. The 28 days to strength, of the 28 days to strength, blah blah blah. So all of that stuff. Okay. So it's page 178, and then here there's a couple of bullet points. You're gonna end up right here, 75% up to 28 days. Very important here. There's more here that needs to break down, but hey, I only find this part. I only found this part important. The other part, it might be important, but you already know where to look. Strength. It can say, hey, strength is expressed on cubic inches, mini pascal, megapascals, square p square. I mean, I don't know. It's something. It's always something. How they formulate your question, that's gonna be the big thing. Right here, compressive strength that the concrete achieve is governed by the following: water cement ratio material. Very important. This is a bullet point right here. The compressive strength of the cement is achieved by water cementitious materials ratio. I don't know I don't even know how to pronounce that thing. God, looks like medicine. Yeah, and I don't know if y'all want a little bit of this congestion, but I'm guessing not. So 179, and we're gonna go up to 45 minutes, guys, today, and then we're gonna keep going with the page that we were left off. Okay, if whoever follows the channel, whenever they follow this, they will continue in the next episode, next video. So really simple, really quick. So right here, 179, right here at the top, right above this picture right here, and then front compression, guys, compression tests of mortar from here all the way to the end, where 200 millimeters, 4 inches by times 8 inches. That was page 179. At strength and estimated strength estimated I put a strength estimated 75. I don't know why, but it must be important. And density, first 3 lanes of density is page 180. And the last 3 lanes of density right here on page 180. Moving to the side of it, low density lightweight concrete, second paragraph, first 5 lanes right here. Moving along to page 181 right here. Due to lower aggregates density, this four first lanes of this paragraph. Okay, and then moving down here in the same page, permeability and water tightness. Where it starts, permeability refers to the amount of water migration. You're gonna highlight those first 4 lanes right here. Permeability refers to the amount of water migration, blah blah blah. It's 181. And let's finish with this in page 182. Let's finish in here, and then we're gonna keep going. Hopefully we can break it down in 2 or 3 episodes, because I consider 45 minutes is good, so you don't get saturated with this. because you definitely gonna learn how to take breaks with these books, and how to take breaks, and with the take the quizzes, because you got, it's a little bit frustrating, you could say. So 182 right here, 182 at top starts at low permeability. Concrete requires a low water cement ratio all the way to the end. Okay, all the way to the end of that paragraph. Moving down here, same page, figure 931. And we're going over here. A low water cement ratio also reduce segregation and bleeding further all the way down to visible voids. And this is it for this episode of Breaking D. Let me tap this. Let me just put a note that I finished on page 182. So we don't miss that breakdown. So I'm gonna put this in here. So in the next episode, we're gonna start on page 183. I promise. I try not to forget, and I'm gonna make a note in here so we don't make it long. It's always good to studying in segments, as long as you focus on at least 45 minutes. So finish on page 182. Continue 183. When I get the live stream. Another good thing, write everything down. If you want to be a business owner, write everything down. You tend to forget a lot of things. A lot of things come to your head, and it's good to always follow up. Hey, so this is it for this episode. Hope you enjoy. If one day you're gonna find this YouTube channel and you weren't gonna regret why I did not find this earlier. Okay, so I'm gonna keep drinking tea, and I see you in the next one, guys. We're breaking this mummification book. This is a tough book to break down because this is not our lingo. Okay, I'm gonna let you go, and until the next one, guys, see you. Ciao, and get your shit together and let's go.